Hello and welcome to the 16th SPORTO Award ceremony, which annually rewards the best practice in the field of sponsorship, digital communication and marketing in sports in Slovenia and other countries in the Adriatic region. SPORTO Awards represents a great opportunity for brands, right holders and agencies to receive professional recognition in this constantly evolving sector. The international partner for SPORTO Awards is ESA, European Sponsorship Association, in Slovenia, the Marketing Association of Slovenia, in Serbia, EII Serbia, and in Croatia, HURA. The submitted projects were judged by 7-member international jury, and we are very delighted to be joined by Andy Westlake, the president of the SPORTO Awards jury and the chairman of ESA, and of course this year also by Lea Lipovšek, SPORTO Awards jury member and DMS representative. Hello Andy, nice to welcome you this way. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well, thank you. It's great to be back. Seems like a long time ago since we were together in real life, but I'm absolutely thrilled to be back, if virtually, and therefore not as good as the real thing. But yeah, I'm well, thank you, and we've battled through another year, eh? Here we are.
We cannot host you in Slovenia this year again, but you can tell us this way, online way, what is the situation like in the event industry across the Europe?
Yeah, I think sentiment has improved a lot over the year. As the European Sponsorship Association, we've been taking the temperature of the sentiment of the industry all the way through the year, and until September, October, things were really improving. You know, we had a very, very active and dynamic industry, lots of new brands investing in sponsorship, the rights holders getting back to real events again with people back in stadia. And that was the situation that we were really, really positive about going into 2022. Obviously, we now have the Omicron variant of COVID. Here in the UK, where I'm sitting today, there's a little bit of nervousness, I think, about going into 2022 and what next year will look like. But I think my overall summary for the year is that it's been a really positive year. I think the industry has battled hard through COVID. There's been some terrific innovation in the industry, and I'm really, really buoyant and positive about what next year will look like.
Next year should bring in February the ESA awards ceremony. Can you tell us a little bit about the plans for February?
Yeah, so we're excited to be announcing or to announce that we're going to be back in real life again. So we're just in the process of booking and finalizing a venue. And the intention at this point in time is that the ESA Awards, celebrating the best work that was submitted in 2021, will be back in real life next year. So fingers crossed that will happen and that Omicron doesn't get in the way of our plans. But I can tell you that the industry across Europe and the people that we've been talking to over the last few weeks have been really, really excited about getting back together in real life. I know there are some issues for friends and colleagues around Europe getting into the UK. Our government are making it as complicated as they possibly can for that to happen. But saying that, we're excited to be back in a room together next year, celebrating the very best work from around Europe, including great work from Slovenia and Serbia and other places in this part of the world.
And fingers crossed that we see you in Slovenia for SPORTO Awards next year. But for this year, can you tell us a little bit about your work as a jury? How was it this year for SPORTO Awards?
Yeah, it was terrific. I mean, look, we judged I think 5 categories, some really, really high quality work. The thing I'm really struck by actually is how sport is used in categories in your part of the world that maybe doesn't happen in other parts of the world. So there are some really, really standout and creative campaigns. And obviously we had the backdrop of Tokyo and the Olympics and Paralympics, which has inspired lots and lots of really creative work. But I think myself and the judging panel were really impressed with the high quality of the work, the creativity, the innovation, the focus on objectives, and the pure delivery that a lot of those campaigns provided to the organisations that were investing. So yeah, I think it serves to reinforce that the market in your part of the world is alive and kicking and doing some brilliantly creative things.
Nice to hear that. I guess, Leo, you will be happy about those words. It's great to have you with us today. And as a partner marketing advisor at Microsoft, you have a great insight into the digital world, and you can tell us about how do you see sports and digital and all the major changes going on in the world.
Well, yeah, I'm a huge fan of digital marketing in particular, and primarily because it's measurable, because it brings such a change into everything that we do in marketing, and also because it brings the opportunity to optimize, to change according to what's happening in, let's say, real life. So the flexibility is immense. And also the reach that we can do with digital marketing these days is something unforeseen, basically. It's hard not to mention COVID when we talk about digital marketing, because it really brought it's a mind changer in our case. I mean, I come from B2B marketing, and there the first showstopper basically was always telling that, yeah, we can't do digital marketing because we need to have these one-to-one meetings and real-life events and so on. And then COVID kicked in and it changed that mindset. And I think the change was similar in sport, but maybe the underlying reason would be a bit different. Because I think maybe a stopper before for going really powerfully digital was lack of skills. Because in sports, you're focusing on the real life happening, and maybe the focus was not so much on investing into all the skills that are needed in order to do digital marketing properly, in a measurable way, in a scalable way. And now with these times that we are facing, we were basically forced to adopt this knowledge, to make the most out of it. And I can say that the campaigns that we were assessing this year, they showed amazing skill in terms of digital.
So as the one who likes to measure, can you tell us a little bit about your jury experience?
Well, it was my first time. So I've been a jury member in several different award ceremonies and events, but it's my first time in SPORTO. So I have to say it was a real honor to get this insight into the best campaigns in sport, basically. And it's also an honor to represent Marketing Association in the process. And yeah, my experience, it's hard. Because the applications that we got were really so well prepared and demonstrated clear KPIs, which to me as a marketer really it makes my heart sing, basically. And also such great use of digital channels. So it was hard, but it was a learning experience for me. So super grateful to be able to be a part of this story.
Thank you both. It's a real honor to have you both here. And now, after hearing all those interesting words from both of you, we are even more excited to hear who the best projects were for this 2021. 22 projects were submitted for the SPORTO Awards in following categories: rights holder, events, digital, sponsorship, and its subcategory endorsement. So projects were evaluated by jury president Andy Westlake and the jury members: Lea Lipošek, partner marketing advisor at Microsoft; Tina Cipot, head of corporate communications at Lidl Slovenia; Uroš Stanić, marketing consultant at HNK Rijeka; Olivera Nikodijević, marketing consultant; Urban Kramberger, manager at the Laško brand group; and Matjaž Germ, agencija Stoena. So let us proceed to that part that everyone has been awaiting announcement of the winners in each category, and we will start by SPORTO Awards for Rights Holder. This category is intended for integrating marketing communications campaigns of right holders for those who have done exceptional work supporting their brand partners, hitting communication targets, and going out of their box representing their own identity. Lea, could you tell us who is the winner in this category?
The winner is We've Got This, We've Got Tokyo, Olympic Committee of Slovenia, Association of Sports Federations.
Congratulations, and here is the video of the winning entry. Now let's move on to SPORTO event category, which recognizes companies, agencies and rights holders that have created and delivered outstanding sports events of their own and use them as a strategic and effective way of communication of sponsorship in their own brand. Andy, please, let's announce the winner in this category.
The winner in this category is the Slovenian Torch. We've got an Olympic dream.
Congratulations, and let's see the video of this winning entry.
Sigurno je lep občutek, da prineseva midve kot olimpiki baklo v Koper. Tudi za mlade mislim, da je to kot neka velika promocija ne samo za olimpizem, tudi za šport.
In mislim, da danes, ko vidim to baklo, spet podoživljam to, da je malo težje, pa malo večje, ampak olimpijska bakla je najvišji simbol olimpijskih iger in vesel sem, da sem tudi jaz del tega.
luštenje. Sploh mislim, da je lepo, da gre bakla po celi Sloveniji, da res pride v vse konce, ker Kostel je res oddaljen od vseh ostalih, bom rekel, večjih krajev.
Tako me kar malo stisne pri srcu, ker je konec vsega tega lepega, kar se je dogajalo zadnjih 82 dni. Tu smo povezali eno Slovenijo, ki je majhna, ampak po srcu zelo velika. Moram reči, da čist kjerkoli smo bili, res je bila tista prava dobrodošlica in res tisti pravi olimpijski duh, veselje, smeh na obrazu, nek ponos.
We are moving on to SPORTO Digital Award. This category is intended for companies, agencies and rights holders which have one or more digital platforms and use them in strategic and effective way for communication of sponsorship or own brand. Lea, would you share the name of the winner in this category with us, please?
The winner in SPORTO Digital Award is Argeta Takes Over Planica 2021. Atlantic Droga Kolinska DD, brand Argeta.
Congratulations, and of course the video of the winning entry.
Deep in its DNA, Argeta shares the same values as active people, as the people who love to move, who don't see obstacles, only new challenges to overcome. And as such, Argeta is a big supporter of everything that encourages people to be always better, whether they are runners, skiers, cyclists, or ski jumpers. Speaking of ski jumping, this March, the biggest ski jumping tournament in the world, Planica, held an additional competition day for the world's best ski jumpers. For ski jumping fans, that was nothing but great news. And for Argeta also. For the first time ever, Argeta got an opportunity to become the main daily sponsor of the tournament, meaning it got a chance for the branding takeover of the whole Planica Winter Stadium. And when it comes to branding, Argeta loves to go big. But due to COVID-19, no spectators and fans were allowed at the live event in Planica, which left the venue empty. To get more fans watching the competition and notice Argeta's branding takeover, Argeta developed a simple two-part digital activation. In the first phase, Argeta reached out to ski jumping fans from Slovenia, Austria, Switzerland, Germany, and Poland and invited them to watch the additional competition day on a live TV broadcast. Then, just a few days before the event, Argeta launched the second phase and encouraged the biggest ski jumping fans to send their cheers and messages of support directly to the athletes in Planica. Argeta displayed these messages on the first ever 60-meter-long LCD in Planica. On the day of the event, Argeta took care of the extensive coverage via Instagram stories and kept its followers on track with everything. The results were fantastic. In just a few days, Argeta reached more than 2.8 million fans and collected more than 400 messages of support. Even though there weren't any fans in Planica this year, ski jumpers saw and felt their support, regardless.
So, another one for us to give awards to is in the SPORTO endorsement category, or rather said subcategory, which is intended for integrated marketing campaigns which benefit from the individual sponsorship or combination of those of sports personalities and are used that partnership as their communication platform. Lea, please reveal us the winner.
I'm proud to tell you that the winner of SPORTO Endorsement Award is Pogačar Can Also Overcome Hunger, Engrotuš.
Congratulations, and of course there is the video of the winning entry.
Tadej je danes nepremagljiv, lačen zmage na odločilni etapi. Kolesari proti cilju.
In year 2020, Tuš became a personal sponsor of Tadej Pogačar and his Pogi team. We decided to use the sponsorship in the first phase of connecting Tadej Pogačar with our new product brand, Tuš Express. Firstly, we launched Tuš Express to Go sandwiches, which are a vital segment in our prepared food offer. Pogača is a Slovene synonym for bread. Therefore, the name of our sandwiches became simply Pogačar. We divided sandwiches into 3 groups depending on ingredients and typical buyers. So we have them for hill climbers, flat stagers and sprinters. We upgraded the launching of the new product with a prize game and digital activation, a game called Pogačar Express. We chose the time of the campaign wisely, since it was launched during the cycling tour of Slovenia and the famous Tour de France. Despite the targeted advertising, we managed to reach as high as 32% of Slovene people, since cycling events had high viewership. And for the most important part, we managed to very successfully launch the new product, which now has a 10% share of all in-store sandwich sales. We intertwined Tadej Pogačar with the Tuš Express brand and communication, and we will continue to develop the partnership on this platform in the future. The story of Pogačar's sandwich also echoed in the media, including the legendary magazine Monocle.
Tuš, doma v Sloveniji.
And we've come to the final category, SPORTO sponsorship category, which is intended for integrated marketing campaigns which for its communication platform benefit from sponsorship of an athlete, sports teams, sports event or sports program. Andy, please announce the winner of the sponsorship category.
There was some incredible work in this category, but I'm delighted to announce that the winner is Lidl Slovenia and the Slovenian Paralympic Committee. I'm not missing anything.
Congratulations, and of course let's see the video summary of the winning entry.
In a world where disabled people and para-athletes still face many challenges and are often overlooked by governments and society, Lidl Slovenia has found a way to make a difference. Social responsibility is part of Lidl Slovenia's DNA. With our vision of creating a better world, we formed a socially responsible partnership with the Slovenian Paralympic Committee several years ago. Together, we support the development of parasport in Slovenia, thereby raising awareness of the importance of equal opportunities and social integration for disabled people. To create a campaign that empowers our para-athletes and sends a message out to a broader audience was no easy task. Fortunately, our para-swimming world champion Darko Đurić gave us the inspiration we needed. In an interview, he said, "I never felt like I was missing anything." His message was so powerful and so right that it became the message of our campaign.
Nič mi ne manjka. Razen nov osebni rekord.
Še več tekem.
Razen še bolj pognat v prihodnost.
Razen še več preplesanih dni.
Še naprej bom ciljal svoje sanje.
Ne zbereš kart.
Nič mi ne manjka. Šport ustvarja boljši svet. Lidl Slovenija.
In 2020, the Slovenian rapper Trkaj created the anthem for the Slovenian para-athletes, and it became the main soundtrack for the campaign. All of this created outstanding results. In Tokyo, Slovenia won its 50th Paralympic medal. Our para-athletes were the real reminder that our bodies know no limits. Only our minds do.
Congratulations to all this year's winners, but there is, Andy, some special project, ESA commended project that we would like to point out, right?
Yeah, no, as I said, the quality of the work in the sponsorship category was incredibly high, and the judges wanted also to give a highly commended award to the Slovenian torch for the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. A really, really good creative campaign that deserved recognition today.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Leah. Thank you for being here with us this year. Thank you for all your hard work.
You're welcome. Great to be involved.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
SPORTO conference will be held in the beginning of June 2022. All the information will be announced through SPORTO channels very shortly. So stay tuned. Thanks to all of you for being with us today, and happy holidays.